Hey guys, what is going on today? Tomcat here, and I wanted to talk to you about something that's a little bit of a sort of nostalgic topic, but also a bit of a kind of almost like a wake-up, because first of all, if you have Horizon 3 and there's still roads you haven't explored, go freaking explore them, like now. And if you have Horizon 3 also and haven't just gone around and driven, like if you've just played the game to play the game, and, you know, just gotten through all the races, done all the stuff, and then just kind of put the game to the side, go back and play Horizon 3 and just drive. Just drive around. And I know that might sound a little bit boring and a little bit like, well, why would you do that? There's no objective to that. That's pointless. Actually, there's a lot of an objective to that. There's a massive objective to that. And the reason why I say there's a massive objective to that is because of the simple fact that Horizon 3 is a beautiful game. Now, I was not the biggest fan of Australia. I was not the biggest fan of it when they announced it. I was not the biggest fan of the map. I was not the biggest fan of the location. However, that doesn't take away from the fact that it is a beautiful game. And honestly, this little side road that I found myself on, I just kind of came out here, found myself out here, and I knew there was something to discover. I just wasn't sure what. And then I stumbled upon the fact that there's a drift zone that runs through a lake. And, I mean, who does that? You know what I mean? Like, who puts a drift zone in a lake? Now, not necessarily in a lake, but it runs through a lake, so it's still partially in a lake. Now, there's all sorts of different things that you can kind of take from the whole Horizon 3 experience and Horizon 3 map. And actually, there's a lot of people that are saying that the Horizon 4 map, they're like, oh, it just looks like a reskinned Horizon 3. I can tell you for a fact it's not. It's not just a reskinned Horizon 3 map, and it doesn't feel like a reskinned Horizon 3 map. It feels... I can tell how it would look a lot like a Horizon 3 map from above. And that makes complete and total sense. Like, when you look at it from above, you see similar road layouts, but the similar road layouts that you see actually feel and play and drive completely differently than Horizon 3 ever did. So that's something that a lot of people, I think, need to take into consideration, because a lot of people are saying, oh, it looks just like Horizon 3, this and that, blah, blah, blah. The map looks just like Horizon 3. I'm sure it's just like, it's going to be boring. Yeah, it's just reskin, whatever. No big deal. Honestly, guys, I think you're going to be very surprised by the Horizon 4 map. And when you watched my video yesterday revealing that leaked gameplay, which got taken down very, very quick, like right after I posted the video, that gameplay got taken down, at least from the Microsoft store. Right after I posted that gameplay, I mean, that gameplay shows what the world is like. And I think the biggest thing that you have to take away from that is how much more vertical the world in Horizon 4 and the world of Great Britain is compared to the world of Australia in Horizon 3. Because the world of Australia in Horizon 3, while it was very beautiful, I mean, like, prime example of where we are right here. Absolutely gorgeous tropical environment, beautiful road, beautiful lake. There's not as much variety in Horizon 3 as Horizon 4 has. Horizon 4 has a massive amount of variety, even outside of the seasons. Because the seasons, while they're amazing and while they're cool and they're great and wonderful, they're not, in my opinion anyway, they're not some sort of crutch that the game has to like rely on in order to consider itself creative. Because if the game had to rely on seasons to consider itself creative and it had a so-so map, honestly, the game wouldn't last. But the map, honestly, we could have Horizon 4 be constant summer and it would still be an amazing game and it would still be an amazing map. And while I love the idea of seasons and I think they're a wonderful thing, I think they're a wonderful idea, a great idea, and I don't want them to be gotten rid of, I, at the same time, am fully in belief of the fact that even if Horizon 4 was still in summer or still in a drier, sunnier season, it would still be an incredible game and it would still be an incredible map to play. And another thing that I've seen a lot of people say is, oh, there's no twisty roads, right? Like, oh, it just looks like the same kind of like open rolling roads that we see in Horizon 3. Again, not exactly the case. There's a whole lot more twisty roads. If you really look closely, there's a whole lot more twisty roads in Horizon 4 that are paved than there were in Horizon 3. There's actually a couple of really, really nice mountain roads in Horizon 4 that are paved fully. So that is not only a nod to the heritage of Fujimi Kaido and stuff like that, but it's also a it's also a move forward in the direction that we need from Horizon 4, which basically was like, if you have Horizon 4, Horizon 3. Horizon 3 was like, oh, here's this amazingly designed road that would be perfect for toge battles and drifting. Let's make it dirt. And they did that with pretty much every single twisty road. And honestly, I was a little upset about that. And it was one of those things where I was like, did you really have to do that? Could you not have put at least, you know, maybe one or two of those roads? Could you not have changed one or two of those roads to pavement? And honestly, like, it was very frustrating to me when I eventually discovered most of the map and I saw what the map looked like and I saw all these amazing roads and I was like, dude, I'm so excited for this. I'm so hyped. These roads are going to be great. And then I realized they were all dirt. And I was like, really? Like, really? So, rest assured that we are getting properly paved mountain roads, toge roads in Horizon 4, and those are honestly, I think, going to be one of the main standouts of the game to me. And honestly, I've made videos on them before. I've made videos on the roads themselves. I've made videos on the twisty roads. I've made videos on all that stuff before. But there's still a lot of people that see the map and go, oh, well, that just looks like another Horizon 3. It's not. Trust me, guys. Even if it's the same size. And that's another thing. A lot of people really freaked out and flipped out over it being relatively the same size as Horizon 3. People were like, oh, it's going to be the same map. Whoa. But honestly, it's not the same map at all. They actually did a really good job of utilizing the space that they had, given the area that they had to work with. They really did a good job of utilizing the space to pack more roads, more entertaining roads, and more fun roads into the same space. And they also added all of that verticality. So the verticality honestly mixes up the map in a way that Horizon 3 never could, because so much of the map was flat. And when I say flat, I mean, yeah, there was rolling hills and stuff like that were a part of the terrain, but the stuff that you actually drove on 99% of the time, which was the roads, were pretty flat. I mean, they're pretty flat, pretty rolling. I mean, to be fair, it is Australia, so you're not going to be finding any sort of, like, Mount Fuji or something like that, or you're not going to be, you know, in the mountains of Gunma in Japan or something like that. You know, you're going to be, and even with where it is in the UK, like, I was really concerned that with it being in the UK, they weren't going to have great driving roads. But when you start to look at the roads that they have in the UK, the Scottish roads and, like, you know, Welsh roads and stuff like that, honestly, they've got some pretty dang good driving roads that are really good for, like, toge battles and drifting and even, like, you know, racing and stuff like that. They've got great roads out there, and there's no reason why those roads can't be explored and can't be used. And again, I go back to the topic of, it's not the location at all, it's how you design the map. You could design an amazing map and call it, God, I don't even know. I mean, you could design an incredible map and then call it Mississippi, and it would still be the same map. You know what I'm saying? It would still be the exact same map. It would just be called Mississippi, but it would be a great map. It wouldn't have to be based on Mississippi, maybe loosely, but you could, like, take some mountains from over here and put them over here, and then you could take some other bits from over here and put it over here. So, like, you can design an amazing map regardless of where it's actually based. And I think that that's one of the biggest things that people always kind of miss in this whole debate about Horizon 4 is that, and so many people, again, when they see the map, they're like, oh, that looks like Horizon 3. Trust me, it is not Horizon 3 at all. So, back to my other topic before I went off on this massive tangent about the Horizon 4 map. If you have not explored, if you have roads that you have yet to explore in Horizon 3, go explore them before the game comes out. We are very close now. Very close to the launch of Horizon 4. I've got lots of Horizon 4 stuff coming very soon on my channel right here. So make sure not only to stay tuned for those, but also go finish off Horizon 3 as much as you possibly can. Go finish it off. Go to these beautiful spots. That spot that you thought was going to be kind of, you know, bland or whatever, that it was a little dirt road, especially, I know I avoided the dirt roads because I was like, whatever, it's just dirt road. Dude, go back those dirt roads. You'll find things like that beautiful drift zone that goes through the water. You'll find things like beautiful mountain roads. Sometimes you might just find woods, but even when you just find woods, you'll still have gone through and explored. And that's the biggest thing. That's what's most important, is the fact that you went through and explored and really experienced the game. And I want to kind of, you know, that's the biggest thing I want to put out there to you guys is I would love for as many of you guys to really just go out and explore this game before Horizon 4 comes out and before you make the transition to Horizon 4, because it really is a beautiful map, and it really is a map worth exploring, even if it is not one of your favorite maps. And even it's not one of my favorite maps. I love it, but it's still not one of my favorites. I loved Horizon 1's map, and honestly, that's the biggest thing that Horizon 4 has to beat, in my opinion. If it can beat Horizon 1's map, they've got a winner right there. So make sure you keep all that in mind and fire up Horizon 3. Go do all that stuff that you never did. Go do all that stuff that you were like, I might get to it eventually. And I promise you that there'll be a lot of stuff that will be kind of there'll be like a flame kind of rekindled for this game, because I mean, well, maybe not for everybody. There's some people that just don't like the game, but for a lot of people, I think that if you did most of your stuff and then you kind of put the game down, go back and pick it up just before Horizon 4 comes out, and then you'll realize again how beautiful this game was and is, and how much time and effort and stuff that they put into it. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comments below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button for more videos like this one. Click that little bell to be notified, and I'll see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.